This is my screen, and I'm going to put you through exactly how to go through the Commonwealth Master Scholarship application. It seemed to be a killing tax, and I've been putting a lot of questions on how to navigate through. So this is how my screen looks like. If you're using Chrome to apply, you come to Chrome. Depending on, I'm using MacBook, so depending on what you're using, you could be using a Windows system or a MacBook. You could even be using your phone. If you're using your phone, I always advise that you put your phone on the desktop site mode to give you a better perspective on actually how to go about the application. But laptop is always recommended for every single application that you want to do. So you come down here and you type Commonwealth scholarships and ensure that it is on the fcdu.gov.uk scholarships, because that is the correct website and actually how to go about it. It mustn't necessarily be like a lot of people advertise this scholarship. You could see the link on Twitter, you could see the link on Instagram, you could see the link on LinkedIn, you could see it on Facebook, WhatsApp, other external blog posts. It can be anywhere, literally. So I want to believe that you've already gone through this, but for the sake of people that have not gone through it. So this is the overview of the entire application. So when you go through the overview, it tells you everything. You read through it. Who are those eligible? In another video, I'm going to talk about the 6 development teams on how you should know about your team. So I'm just going to click there because it's a question that a lot of people ask. Now, every courses that the Commonwealth Scholarship sponsor has to fall under these 6 development teams. So these are them. I cannot read it through, but this is it. You read it through all of them and you can determine where is my course going into. People that are doing science and technology and development, you automatically know. Some of them, they list the course, for example, agriculture, veterinary medicine, forestry. That is where science and technology for development, sciences, computer science, engineering, most of them are there. So you find that out for yourself. Let's go back to the application process itself. How do you apply? So, like I mentioned, in the Commonwealth Master Scholarships, there are various nominating bodies depending on the countries that you're coming from. So, like my country, Nigeria, there are like 4 nominating bodies. We have the FSB, which is the Federal Scholarship Board. We have FAWE, we have HALI, and then we have one other nominating agency that is for disabled people. So if you click down here, you could see what are the nominating agencies. So for Africa, you click to see your region. For Africa, yeah, these are the countries in Africa that is the Commonwealth, and this is Nigeria. So if you click on it, this is the Nigeria Federal Scholarship Board. So this is what is here. I don't know why they're not putting others, but it's supposed to be more than that. But this Federal Scholarship Board is the #1 scholarship board that actually nominates people for this Commonwealth scholarships. So it is in your place to determine if that's what you want or that you don't want. That's for national nominating agencies. But for the non-governmental agencies and charitable bodies, these are others. You could just click eligible masters countries. So where are you here and everything, and you choose where you belong. So we go back to where we were. Choosing your university. I think for Commonwealth Master Scholarship, they allowed you to choose any course and any course and any university as long as it's located in the United Kingdom. How about the candidate eligibility? I will talk about the eligibility in another video, but one thing you should know is that you should have at least a first class degree or a second class upper division. If you have a 2-2 and you have a master's degree, then that can back up your 2-2 undergraduate degree and you are eligible to apply. For other eligibility, you can read through here. Eligible countries, you all know it's only the Commonwealth countries that are eligible to apply for the scholarship. So you check through which is your country. So for the completing the application form, so you come to the application form, people ask questions. Why are we submitting the application to CSC website when it is a nominating agency that nominates? That question is not for me to answer, and it's not for you to bother. The only thing you need to do is get your application ready and submit it where they ask you to submit it. How they sort it out is not your problem. That's why we have backend developers that ensure that whatever nominating agency you choose in the process of your application, the system sorts it out automatically and send it to the nominating agency that you choose. So you come here and you click on CSC online application. Once you click on CSC online application, the first thing it asks you is, what is your nationality? Because if you do not mention your nationality and your nationality is not a Commonwealth country, you cannot progress. Okay, so once your country is there and you select it, you click on next. So once you click on next, okay, I'm already a Commonwealth scholar, but my details are already here. I'm not a new user, I am a returning user. So all I need to do, since my details are here, but I cannot click on this because these details that is here is basically for last year. I applied in 2021 and this is 2022 application. So if I log in now, let's see what the system is going to tell me. Okay, it allowed me. That's nice. Please continue and fill out the form. Answers to be saved in your account. Okay. Nigeria and Pakistan, they made Nigeria and Pakistan together. I don't know why. I guess because those two countries are like the highest, always receive the highest number of applications. So you answer the question, did you enter the country of which you're a citizen, or you have refugee status? I'm in Nigeria. Enter the country of which you are a citizen or have refugee status. So I'm a Nigerian. If you're a Pakistan person, you choose Pakistan. For other countries, I don't know if they make you people or they just allow it. But since I'm Nigeria, I only know that they make Nigeria and Pakistan. So that's the first thing you do. You save it and you click on next. As you are going through it, it's telling you the percentage completion that you have. So in the next question, it asks, by September 2023, would you hold either a first university degree of at least upper second class, that's a 2-1 honor standard, or a second class 2-2 university degree and a relevant postgraduate qualification, usually a master's degree? So my answer is yes, of course. So if you are in your final year and if you're in your final year in school and by September 2023 you are going to have your degree and your transcript and everything ready, then you can apply for this scholarship. The only problem that you might likely encounter is when you're applying for admission in a university. That is where you might likely encounter a problem, because the university might not want to give you admission without seeing either your statement of results or your transcript. All of those things must be there. But if you already have these things, we can continue. So you click yes if you meet the eligibility criteria. So this is where you choose your nominating agency. Like I mentioned, nominating agency in Nigeria, how do you know them? Click on the drop down button. So these are the 4 nominating agency in Nigeria. We have the Commonwealth Disabled People's Forum, we have the Federal Scholarship Board, we have the Forum for Women Educationalists, and we have for High Achieving Low Income Network. Now for the Forum for Women Educationalists, if you're a woman, you can submit your application to them. But if you're not a woman, do not send your application there because it will be null and void. That is it. But every other 3 accept both male and female. There is no gender this thing there. So I'm a woman, I would love to go for the forum, and I don't know, I can go for Federal Scholarship Board. All of them are the same. I don't know how all of them have quotas of the number of people they can nominate. So yeah, let's go for this Federal Scholarship Board. So this is my ID. I cannot edit it. The system automatically generates my ID. So this is my email address. Is this email address correct? Yes, I will tell them yes, that my email address is correct. Now you will ask, I didn't see you inputting your email address. I came in as a returning user. I didn't come in as a first starter. So if you saw me coming as a first starter, you see me inputting some of my personal details and personal information. So those are your personal information. Ensure that you put it and you put it correctly, because it is what the system will generate and you continue with it in your application. So yeah, so if you already completed this page, click this. So if you see this asterisk, it means that it is important that you have to do it. So I have to fill this information because if I have to fill this information because, like I said, I want you to follow how it is. So if I want to put my name, I cannot put my name because I don't want to put my entire name. So I'm just going to write something so that you can see, but ensure that you put your real name and your real everything. What are your address? So you could be anything. So I'm just typing anything there. It doesn't mean anything. You have to put in what you have to put in. Once you see asterisk, it means that it is important. Fill in your town and your cities, fill in your state, fill in your province, fill in your postcode, fill in your country, fill in your phone number. Exactly. So if your correspondence address is different from your permanent address, I think you should just fill in those details. Fill in your nationality, fill in your date of birth. I was born on 4th April, so I will have to put my date of birth. Let's say you choose the date you were born. Let's say I was born in 2021. Which month in 2021 was I born? I was born on 4th of April. Yeah, so I'm a female. You choose your gender and you continue. If you want to stop here because you are tired and you want to continue it another day, you can save your progress and come back. It will save it and you start again from here we are. Now, I did this on purpose because when they just asterisk this one, you might think it's only this line they're asking you to fill, but they're asking you to fill your town, fill your state, fill your postcode, fill every single thing, fill your country. Of course, I'm from Nigeria, so I'm going to fill my country. So your mobile number, it's not important. I'll just fill in my this thing. Some of you might say, I'm seeing some numbers appearing on the screen. That is because the numbers are appearing on my screen because Chrome automatically saves some certain details about you. So yeah, I allowed Chrome to do that about me so that I can continue and not be overburdened with things. So we click on next page. It talks about equity and diversity monitoring. So you take time to read all of this. So yes, in country of residence, I have been in Nigeria. How long have I been in Nigeria? I could have been in Nigeria for 54 years. I don't know. You could be in your country for 10 years. If you have never traveled out of your country, you put it. Your religious or belief system. Of course, I'm a Christian and I am single. And if you are single, if you are cohabiting, if you are divorced, separated, you can choose all of those. Do you have children? If you have children, say you have children. If you do not have children, say you do not have children. Do you have caring responsibilities? There are some of us that once you get to a certain age, we have people that we are taking care of one way or the other. So you can say you don't have any caring responsibilities, or you could say I have caring responsibilities of children under a particular age. You could just mention if you have disabled children or anything. They just want to get information about you and know exactly, because some of this information they get about you go ahead to tell out what your assets look like or what your assets might be. They ask you, do you have a longer term physical, mental, or sensory impairment? It basically asks, are you disabled? So if you are disabled, they can tell you. If you don't want to tell them, no known impairment. I am not disabled. I don't have any learning difficulty. No. But if you don't want to talk about it, you can tell them. I prefer not to say. That's good. But it's always better that you tell them, because if you eventually get nominated, they have to be the one to ensure that, in Commonwealth Master Scholarship, you choose 3 schools. So they have to ensure that the schools that you are finally going to pick is a school that is inclusive and allows and ensure that there are places and there are things that are already in place for people that are disabled to learn and learn well. Disabled people, their learning system is different from people that are able. So that is why they always ask these questions, to ensure that you feel it. Actually, this page is not compulsory, so you might choose not to answer. You can see nothing here is hysteric. So what's the occupation of your father or guardian? What's the highest level of education of your father and guardian? Occupation of your mother and guardian? You might say you prefer not to say. So you click next if you don't want to talk about it. Are you currently registered for a university qualification? What this question means is, are you a student right now? As you are making this application, are you a student? Are you not a student? Because he will ask you to further tell, if you are a student, okay, fill this and this. This will determine how the process of the application will be going forward. Most of the time, of course, I'm not a student, but currently, of course, I'm a student right now. But when I was filling the application, I was not a student. So you click next. Now it asks you, what are your qualifications? The name of the institution that you went to. I went to University of Agriculture, Makadi. So yes, I can fill in. That's where I went to in the country. It was Nigeria that I schooled. I did my undergraduate degree in Nigeria. And when I started and when I end. So you choose the day you and the day you end. Just ensure that you choose something so that it will not I cannot use 2021 except I use 2022 here. Yeah, because you cannot use from and to. The date of your to has to be higher than the one from your from. So what did I study? Of course, I studied civil engineering. So, and then what was my award? See, you have to choose here. What was your award? The award I was given was B Engine. So this is B Engine. So you choose the award you were given. Ensure you check your certificate to see what is written there, because a lot of people make this mistake. They don't know what was the award that was given to them. Mine was B Engine, and it is B Engine. People that study engineering, sometimes they feel it could be B Tech. If you went to a technology university, it could be bachelors of science, depending on the school you went to and the kind of award that they give to people that actually went to your school. So depending on the award they give to you, you have to select it. Like I said, mine was bachelors of engineering. So what was the class of award? Now, this is a problem that a lot of people actually go through. Was it number one means first class? 1-1I means second class upper. 1-1II means second class lower. 1-2-3 means third class. Pass, merit, distinction. Cum laude, summa cum laude, magna cum laude. We don't use that system in Nigeria, but we use it at the same time. If you want them to know that you graduated with you're the best graduating student in the entire department, it's summa cum laude. I'm not sure about magna cum laude, but it's something, one of the best, valedictorian and all of those. So stick to the one you know. If you do not know, find out about this. But these first three are always confusing. Number one means first class. This one means 2-1. This means 2-2. Second class lower. So know that and know exactly where you belong. But you have to choose. So date of award. When were you awarded? You know, some of you might have graduated 2018, but your award was given 2019. So you pick the date that is written on your certificate. Add a second university qualification. This is for those that actually did their undergraduate and they graduated with 2-2 and they want to back it up with a postgraduate studies, which was a master. So if you want to add a second institution, a second university, you click on yes and add it. In my case, I only went to one school, so that is one. So for those that schooled outside your country and you were in your country and you were awarded a scholarship, this is where you talk about it. If you were awarded a scholarship, like in my country, Nigeria, some of these oil companies give scholarships to people from 100 level to 500 level. If you're a beneficiary of Agbami scholarship, NTN Foundation scholarship, Aliko Dangote scholarship, whatever scholarship you were a beneficiary of when you were doing your undergraduate degree, I think you should write it down. Now, people ask this question: should I write it down? Would it undermine my would it undermine me getting the scholarship? The thing is that you are very fortunate if you got a scholarship in your undergraduate degree, and it will further tell them that you were a serious person even when you were a young person, because they estimate that the age you got into undergraduate degree was either 16, 17, 18 or 19. Most likely, if at that time you were having the skill set and the knowledge to gain the scholarship, it means that they can invest their resources in you and it will not go in vain. So you have to put it down and tell them this is what you did. And you click on next if you have it. See? So you have to be careful. I use 54 and there is no such thing. And 43 and there is no such thing. So invalid date of award. Oh wow. So now see, I chose 2021 and 2022 and I'm using 2020. So you see, if you put contradicting information, it sells you out. So you have to be very, very careful on the date of your award. Do you understand me? So let's say that's the date of my award. I don't know why it's showing invalid date, but let's just continue. Okay, right, great. So the invalid was not there. So for publication and prizes, if you had any publication before, this is where you put it. If you have any publication, you should understand what is digital object identifier. I'm not going to explain that. If it's not compulsory, if you've had, put it there. In fact, as a matter of fact, people that are written publication tend to always get this Commonwealth Master Scholarships a lot. So I will encourage you, if you have a publication, fine. If you are, at the time you're watching this video, if you are preparing for this scholarship and you feel you have the time to put in a research paper and publish it before you apply for this scholarship, I truly encourage you to do that. And while you were in your undergraduate degree, what were the academic distinction and prizes that you won? This is the best time to list it. Like I said, this page is not compulsory because you're not seeing history, but of course it adds up to your entire evaluation of your application. So you click on next, and then you have to talk about your current employment. Which sector was it? Was it private? All my life I've always worked for a private company. I've never worked for a government company before. So this is where you choose where you work, where you did not work, and etc. and etc. and etc. You talk about your job, employment, and every single thing you did, and you click on next. Now this is where you input the details of your referee. It's very important. Who was my referee? I will just put a random name. In fact, let me use my name as my referee. And what was my job title? Let me see. I was a founder of a company. I was the CEO. So yeah, look at that. And another referee. If I use my name again, it will reflect that it is replicative. It might not be. What is the relationship to you? So what is the relationship of your referee? They already stated to you it must not be a family member. It must be that it could be your employer, it could be your undergraduate lecturer, it could be anybody. So it's always compulsory that it is somebody that is not a family member to you. But the third one could be a family member or a mentor. They accept reference of my mentor. I think for me, one of my reference was from my employer, one of my reference was from my undergraduate lecturer, and my third reference was from my mentor. So you decide who are your referees. Now when I say my mentor, it was my mentor in business place. It was not a mentor of, so even when they send the reference letter, it was to attest of my skill set, to attest of my personality of a person. What kind of person am I? Am I a person that is trustworthy and every other thing? My lecturer attests to my academic progress, and of course my boss in the office, my employer, attests to my attention to detail and teamwork and everything in the workplace. That was how it works. So you can choose everything to be your employer. If you have HR, if you have your CEO, if you have your departmental head, that's okay. It could be the three of them could be your lecturers, but not the family members. I choose a blend of it because Commonwealth says it has be minimum of 2, but maximum of 3. I don't know if you understand me. You should be able to understand me. So this is also a very important factor where you have to choose your sustainable development goal. You cannot choose a sustainable development goal 1, 2, and 3, and in your essay you're writing about sustainable development goals 6, 5, and 7. It means you're already contradicting the application, which you will not be selected. So whatever sustainable development goal you are choosing, make sure you write it down somewhere and your essays are tailored towards the sustainable development goal you are choosing. Of course, my first sustainable development goal is always no poverty. My second sustainable goal is decent workplace and economic growth. And my third sustainable goal is partnership for the goals. Those were my 3 sustainable development goals, and they are still my 3 sustainable development goals because my entire career, my entire platform is to work on these 3 sustainable development goals. You choose your own and you write it out. Now, these are the essays that is being required of you. The 4 most important essays is the development impact essay 1, development impact essay 2, development impact essay 3, development impact essay 4. How to write these essays, I will talk about them on another video. I just want to believe that you have written something. It is always important that you know that it cannot go more than 200 words. The second one cannot go back more than 100 words. And the third one cannot go more than 250 words. While the fourth one can go beyond 100 words. Now, I am just typing anything here because I want to move into the next page so that you can follow through and see how these things are done. Okay, it means something happened. Okay, great. Very important. I have to choose this team. This was my team. My team was science, technology for development. So you always have to be conscious. What is it that you did that you did not choose well? See, I did not choose that. So it returned me back to that. Now that I've written that, your career objectives. What are the objectives of the award? Then you talk about your career plans. Then your long-term plans. You are seeing the words and everything. And then your preferred institution. In preferred institution 1, what is your preferred institution 1? My preferred institution, University of Warwick, which is the school I am currently in. So you can just type anything. Type your school, the institution you want. This one is important. You can list all your 3 prepared institutions and your proposed course and everything. So if you have a contact with the proposed university, talk about it. Yeah, so alternative institution, no, I don't have any alternative. If you say yes, you can list the fourth one, but I don't have any alternative institution, so I click on next. So what are your study outline? Detailed plan of study, your keyword, mention them. My own was economic development, blah 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 blah. I can't remember the others. So this is where you write your personal statement of 500 words, your leadership and voluntary skill 500 words. After filling them, you click on next. This is the baba of them all. I've seen how people choose filling transcript in the place of passport. I want you to understand that these people are not wicked when they reject your application, because the system will be confused. Why am I getting a transcript when I should get a passport? Transcript is on one page. Passport is one page. So why am I getting 5 page in a place I should get 5 page? So you have to be very careful when you're uploading things and look at the pattern in which they are set. Commonwealth state that they only accept PDF, JPEG, JPG files. Don't go and upload Word documents when they're asking for PDF. It's very important that you give attention and details to these things. So you upload your passport, you upload your transcript. Now, another thing people don't know is that you save the name according to it. Like me, in my passport, I save it there, Mfoniso's passport. On my transcript, I wrote it there, Mfoniso's transcript. On my degree certificate, I wrote it there, Mfoniso's certificate. On my university offer, I wrote it there, Mfoniso University of Warwick offer. Put the name, because you might have up to 10 offers and you don't know, and you just go and carry another admission letter and upload for another thing. It means you are not paying attention to detail, and they cannot select you when you make such horrible mistake. It's a very big mistake. So if the offer you got was University of Westminster, University of Nottingham, write it clearly. Write your name, Foundation University of Nottingham offer letter, and upload it so that you will not have to mix two schools together. I hope that is clear. And then your references. This is where you upload your references. I think this is where somebody asked me, where do you upload references? This is where you upload your references. So get your references from your referee and upload them. I think two things usually happen here. Okay, scan of your references, each on institution letterhead or email clearly showing the sender's details merged into one file. So it is very important that you ask your referee to send this thing for them to send their reference to you, and you upload it by yourself. This is the point you upload your reference. So you can write the person's name. Funny shows, like one of my referees' name was Engineer Adeke, my lecturer's name. I'll just write the Adeke's Furniture recommendation letter. It's long, but that's how to identify whose letter am I putting here, whose letter is this, so I will not upload two letters, one letter twice. So you have to state it out clearly. My mentor's letter, I wrote his name, I wrote my name, and I wrote reference letter. You could abbreviate the recommendation letter, reference letter as RF. That's still valid. So that's how I did mine. After you upload, you click next. So these are the checklists of confirmation. How did you find out about this? Is basically for marketing and everything. How did you find about Commonwealth scholarships? So you identify. Most of us, it is from always the Commonwealth, a current or former Commonwealth scholar. It could be from word of the mouth, but they didn't put word of the mouth here. So this is what I ticked, and I also tick others because I didn't see it. When you tick others, it could be word of the mouth. So you type it for them. How did you get yours? That's left for you. So what sources did you use to find out more about Commonwealth scholarship? What other sources did you find out more? Of course, you should be wise enough to say the CSE website, the CSE social media, a current use that is very important. The university, your nominating agency, it's very important. Those are the things you should tick because those are the valid things they expect you to go and read about. So these are the conditions you have read and understood, that after the scholarship you're going to come back to your country. Exactly which country are you from? I'm from Nigeria. I confirm that, blah blah blah. I confirm that date. What is today's date? You click today's date and ensure that that is the date. So you click on next. If you are tired already, like I said, save progress. Have you submitted this application before? No, I've not. So if I click next, it will take me for final submission page. So if I click next now, do you see that? It means that thank you, because this is the name I put there for submitting an application. This. So automatically they send this application to you in your email. Automatically it comes into your email, so you can see how you did it and what you did not do. So if you want your printable receipt, these are your printable receipt. These are, you're going to see, these are the information you filled in your application. Mine is looking very scanty because in the place of my essay I did not write anything. Just look at this, it's very scanty. That's what I did. But in your own, I believe that you're going to do something, and you can download this into your you can download this directly into your laptop and see how it goes. So overall, this is actually how to apply. This is how to go through in the application of the Commonwealth scholarships. I will take time to explain the development essays and how to go about them. And also in another video, I'll also explain the 6 CSC team on actually how best do you know and how to choose your course based on the CSC team, and etc, because the team is as important as your application. So that is the end of this video. Thank you everybody for seeing it to the end. I hope that it helped one way or the other. You can drop a comment if it helped. If you have a question, also drop it in the comment.